You mentioned Biz Buy Sell. Good source, not a good source. Why does the site exist if it's not such a great source?
It's the only source. That's why.
Okay.
it, it's not the only source, but it's the biggest one. Think of it as if you're a real estate agent, it's real simple. If you want to sell your property, you list it on the MLS. It's going to get the broadest view. Biz by Sell has done that for business brokers. The reason it's not so good, and this is some of the issues that business owners have with business brokers. So number one, you want to keep it as confidential as you can, so you don't necessarily want to advertise that the business is for sale. So that's part of it. This is advertising that the business is for sale. You're not going to get every business that's for sale by any stretch. You're not even going to get close to it. The numbers aren't even realistic with it. I think right now, if you made the assumption that there are 500,000 businesses that would sell their company if approached, Biz by Sell has 10% of that marketplace right now. That's it. And that's all they've had for years. That's it. They've never capped more than 50,000 listings at any one time ever. And so that's just, it's kind of interesting. It's part of the marketplace. The other reason is that in order, or what we have seen, because again, we have dealt with sell-side business brokers before, most business brokers, in an effort to increase the purchase price for the seller, will overstate the cash flow of the business. They will take some liberty with adjustments for personal benefits. But what happens for you as a potential buyer, you start to dig into that and you go, man, hold on here. What is that? What is this? What is this? And then what's happened is there's a business owner that thinks his business is worth $2 million because the business broker told him that, but it's really worth $1.2 million by the time a reasonable buyer came in and tore apart the numbers and said, here's what your business is really worth. And that makes it a difficult thing for you as a buyer, because you're sitting there going, hey, look, I like your business. If you're reasonable, I'm going to buy it from you. The problem is you're not reasonable because your broker did a bad job. And that, I don't want to disparage brokers, but I honestly have seen this happen, probably 3 times in the last month on deals that, a client will bring to us and say, hey, I saw this on Biz by Sell. Great, let's take a look at it. I mean, this could be something that would be a great fit. And we dig in and we look at it and say, I don't know where that number even came from. I mean, it's not even something that's realistic. And so I think that's part of it. A lot of people get a bad taste in their mouth. But from the perspective of you as a potential buyer, like let's say I want to buy something in Memphis, Tennessee, and I do. I mean, I really do personally want to buy a business in Memphis. I've gone and looked at the sites. There's like 50 businesses that would even qualify, and by the time, from a cash flow perspective, for what I'm looking for, but then by the end of it, as I go through it, I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that, not doing that. The next thing you know is you don't have any left, and I have to do my own search in Memphis to find a business acquisition here. So it's just it's hard, and I understand it. It's not efficient, and it is not efficient at all. But it's the way the business has been done for years, and Biz by Sell honestly just came along at the right time. They implemented the technology the right way, and have business brokers, every business broker lists their business on Biz by Sell. I mean, every single one of them.
Good insight, and thanks for sharing your personal experience as well.
Yeah.
So, well, we've
You may
gone
not have wanted
past.
to know that.